Welcome back to From the Pages of Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the March 1985 issue. This is one of the most important issues you can open from this era because this is where the fans take over. This is the year-end awards issue, and everything in here is driven by the people reading it, voting, reacting, and shaping what wrestling looked like in 1984. You can feel that immediately. This is not just coverage. This is validation. This is the moment where the magazine turns around and says, "This is who mattered. This is what mattered, and this is where the business stands right now." Right out of the gate, the structure of the magazine makes that clear. You're not eased into it. You move through the familiar sections first, but even those feel different because everything is tied to what just happened over the past year. Between Falls brings in the fan voices, and they are passionate as always. You see praise for Ronnie Garvin, discussions around Chris Adams, and that same tone you expect from this era, where fans are not casual observers, they are fully invested. They are arguing, supporting, and reacting like this is all happening right in front of them because to them it is. That energy carries into ringside with Bill Apter, where the latest news is presented, grounding everything in the present moment, reminding you that while this issue is looking back, the business is still moving forward at full speed. Then you get King's Court by Peter King, and this is where the personality comes in. The first annual, not necessarily the PWI Awards, gives you that slightly off-center, tongue-in-cheek perspective that balances out the seriousness of the main awards. It adds flavor. It reminds you that wrestling, even at its most intense, still has room for humor and personality. That balance continues with On Assignment by L.U. Hunter, focusing on Kerry Von Erich and asking a simple but important question. Why is he so popular? And the answer is not just wins and losses, it is connection, it is presence, it is the way he represents something bigger, especially in Texas, where his name carries weight that goes beyond the ring. Dressing Room, Confidential by Stu Sachs, adds another layer because now you're hearing directly from the wrestlers reacting to these awards. Ric Flair speaks with confidence, reinforcing exactly why he sits at the top of the wrestling world. The Road Warriors dismissed the awards entirely, saying they do not care about trophies, only about destruction, which fits them perfectly. Billy Jack takes pride in being named Most Improved, showing how much that recognition means. These are not just results on a page. These are personalities coming through, giving life to what could have just been a list. Then everything centers around the core of the issue. The Pro Wrestling Illustrated Achievement Awards for 1984. This is the backbone of everything. Over 55,000 ballots came in, and that alone tells you how engaged the audience was. This is not a small sample. This is the wrestling world speaking all at once. And when you look at the winners, you get a clear picture of the era. Ric Flair as Wrestler of the Year, the standard, the benchmark, the champion that everything revolves around. The Road Warriors as Tag Team of the Year, representing power and dominance in a way that feels different from anything before them. Billy Jack as Most Improved, showing growth and momentum. Kerry Von Erich as Most Popular, which ties directly back to that connection discussed earlier. Roddy Piper as Most Hated, and there is no debate there. The heat, the personality, the presence, it is all undeniable. Sergeant Slaughter as inspirational, reflecting a different kind of connection with the audience. Mike Von Erich as Rookie of the Year, continuing the family legacy. Paul Ellering as Manager of the Year, guiding one of the most dominant teams in wrestling. Match of the Year going to Kerry Von Erich versus Ric Flair, and that is the emotional center of everything. And the editor's award going to David Von Erich, which brings in a level of respect and remembrance that adds weight beyond the ring. That match of the year, Flair versus Von Erich, is not just a great match. It is a moment. It represents everything about this era. The dominant champion traveling territory to territory, and the hometown hero rising up to meet him. The energy, the stakes, the crowd, all of it comes together into something that feels bigger than wrestling. And that is why it stands out. It is not just about what happened in the ring, it is about what it meant. The year in review section ties everything together. It walks back through 1984 and connects all the pieces, the feuds, the title changes, the moments that define the year. It reinforces why these award winners are where they are. Nothing feels random, everything feels earned, and as you move through it, you start to see the full picture of wrestling at this time. Multiple territories, multiple styles, all coexisting, all feeding into the same larger world. The visual side of the magazine supports all of this. Full color photos of Flair, Von Erich, Hogan, Piper, Billy Jack. Action shots and pose shots that capture the personalities and the intensity of the era. Then the full color pinup section adds another layer, giving you those collectible images that were a huge part of the experience. These were not just pages, these were things fans held on to, put on walls, and carried with them. And just like with every issue from this time, the ads are part of the journey. The subscription ad pushes 12 big issues a year, full color, nonstop action, reinforcing that this magazine is the place to stay connected to wrestling. The photozine ad offers fans the chance to put themselves on the cover, framed and displayed like they're heroes, which says everything about how this era viewed its audience. You were not just watching wrestling, you were part of it. Then the video ads bring in another layer, selling tapes, highlights, moments you can own and replay, showing how wrestling is starting to expand beyond the arena and into your home. And by the time you reach the back of the magazine with the official wrestling ratings and the analysis of where these award winners ranked before, you're not just looking at a list, you're looking at a system, a structure, a way of measuring the entire wrestling world. And it all ties back to the fans because they are the ones driving it. When you step back and look at the entire issue, that is what stands out the most. This is wrestling through the eyes of the fans. Their choices, their voices, their opinions shaping the narrative. Ric Flair on top, the Road Warriors rising, Kerry Von Erich connecting. Piper drawing heat, everything exactly where it should be for this moment in time. I mean, even when you finish it, it does not feel like an ending. It feels like a checkpoint, a snapshot of where things are before everything keeps moving forward. Because in wrestling, nothing stays still for long. If this one brought you back, even for a few minutes, save it and come back to it and drop your memory from this era. Who stood out to you? What moment mattered the most? See you next time. Farewell from the Empire State.